Howdy, folks. I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Saturday morning Reddit. Our letter this morning is titled, Am I a Jerk for Shredding My Mother in Law's List of Visitation Times? And this one does have a content warning. There is some controlling family members, some kind of a bullying a little bit here, so just keep that in mind. I'm prefacing this by saying that I'm a 32-year-old female and my husband is a 34-year-old male, and he is the only child of the family. His mom always wanted a grandbaby, and unfortunately, she was never able to become a grandmother as my husband was married before and his ex was unable to have kids. He also tried adoption while single but couldn't. We found out that we were expecting, and mother in law couldn't believe it. She started visiting daily. Didn't do that in the past, started bringing stuff for the baby, and paid a lot of money. Well, my son is now 4 weeks old. Mother in law retired right after he was born and told us that she was making herself free and available for her grandbaby. She stayed with me for a whole 2 weeks and only went home recently. Those 2 weeks were unbearable with her being all over me just to get to the baby. I was fed up, but I kept my mouth shut and played nice. Then she started complaining about missing her grandbaby and not being able to see him every day and watch him grow. She sent me a list called visitation times. In the list, she mentioned that all the times we were expected to bring the baby to her. 5 days a week and spending the weekend with her, hours 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and saying that she had a bottle ready and for feeding and a closet full of diapers. Not just that, but she wants him overnight on Monday and Wednesdays, and that's 2 nights a week. Now, as a new mom, I couldn't imagine having my newborn son away from me for that long, and especially overnight. I called her to give her my response, which was a no, but she ranted about how I needed to loosen up and stop being unreasonable and emotionally attached. This made me mad, I'm not gonna lie. So I took her list and I used some scissors to shred it into pieces. I took a picture of the paper shredded and I sent it to her, hoping that she would get the message about how serious I am about my no. Apparently, she cried to my husband and the whole family because they claimed I was trying to keep her one and only grandbaby away from him. And she waited so long to have him, and my husband went on me after coming home from work and called my move childish and pathetic. I still keep getting backlash over this, and now I'm starting to think maybe I'm in the wrong for how I behaved the entire interaction. But I was just trying to enforce my boundaries after she brushed them off. Am I the jerk?
Not the jerk, and divorce hubby if he doesn't step up.
Yeah, like, where's your husband in this? It seems like maybe they got divorced last time for a reason. Maybe it was because his former wife could not live up to his mom's standards, and his mom's standards are literally you have to have a baby. Yeah, this is kind of a gross situation. I really feel bad for OP because it feels like she was being used as like a baby incubator, and that's not a good place to be at, and not to feel like you were just being used for this. And I mean, everyone's ranting and raving about OP in there setting very reasonable boundaries and be like, no, I don't want to take my child to you this often. She's a new mother. OP, your mother-in-law can come to you on occasion and not spend every waking moment around her grandchild. While she's saying that you're unreasonably attached, I think the real case here is that she's unreasonably attached. I think that if things don't get better, that you might want to consider finding another place to live, going and living with your parents for a little while. She almost sounds dangerous, to be quite honest, right? The problem is that when somebody is doing something so irrational, it's hard to predict what their next behavioral pattern is going to be. And they are acting in a way that concerns me because they seem to think that you doing all of this is a very reasonable thing. So I don't know. I think that you have a lot of hard thinking to do here, OP, and it's unfortunate because you shouldn't have to be thinking about whether or not your child's going to get kidnapped by their grandmother while you know raising them, being a new mother. So that's kind of my thoughts. Anyhow, take care and good luck. owner of the Lonely Hearts, says, "Geez Louise, not the jerk, this is beyond clingy. I get that your mother-in-law has been dying for a grandbaby, but this is way overstepping her boundaries. She is not entitled to you or your grandbaby, and if she wants to see him, she needs to adhere to your schedule and your boundaries. Also, you may want to smack your husband for not defending you rather than playing into his mother's martyrdom. You just had a newborn, 4 weeks, yes? And she's demanding that she has your baby way too much. It's almost like she wants to play mommy and not grandmommy. Kinda creepy in my opinion. Stick to your guns, this is your baby, not hers. Also, talk to your husband because he's your partner, not his mom's. So he should be automatically defending and supporting you. Big yikes, sis." Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. And if you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Hopefully you enjoyed the Saturday morning special. Hopefully you have a beverage of choice of some form or another. Amber has some tea. I have some coffee. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
I still keep getting a backlash over this. I still keep getting